You won't believe the deal I got on this. This deal represents 2 upgrades. Sunroof, satellite radio, leather seats. Actually, I did get an upgrade. He said so. I reserved a Ford Explorer or similar, and of course they didn't have one, so he gave me the Nissan Pathfinder. Okay, welcome to day 47 through 56, which 56 would be actually tomorrow. And I believe my music artist of the day was through last Saturday, so I'm 6 behind, including tomorrow. So let's do those real quick. I'm getting a little confused here. I had to go back and see where I left off here. Okay, so this would be technically day 51 because I'm through day 50 with the music. So day 51, the band of the day is The Cure, and favorite song is Boys Don't Cry, and honorable mention song is In Between Days. Okay, after that, day 52 is Green Day. Favorite song is Basket Case, and honorable mention is Wake Me Up Before September Ends. And then right after that we have Dave Mason. I put him in there because he just passed away about a week ago. And so I put my favorite song as We Just Disagree, of course. My second or honorable mention would be Let It Go, Let It Flow. Those 2 songs were actually on the album that was called California Jam 2 back in, I believe it was 78. And he was featured on there. He did those 2 songs. So that's how I got to know Dave Mason. I didn't know he was in the band Traffic, and he did a lot of other guest appearances like George Harrison, I think John Lennon. There's so many. I was not aware of that, so that's why I included him. I always like those 2 songs. All right, next up we have Night Ranger. I should have probably had them earlier. Just one of these bands that kind of slipped me, but I used to see Night Ranger every chance I could get, probably in the early 2000s around there. Okay, so my favorite song is You Can Still Rock in America, and honorable mention is a song called Sing Me Away. I picked that song because when I was in the Navy, the band that was on the ship that would perform for all the sailors, they would do that song, Sing Me Away, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so next up we have Willie Nelson. Of course, you know what the favorite song is, On the Road Again. And honorable mention song is Always on My Mind. And then this band has been on my mind lately, so I included them. A band called the Motels. My favorite, no, it's not that one. It's Only the Lonely. And then right after that, honorable mention is Suddenly Last Summer. So that will take us up through tomorrow. And so tomorrow, there's little change of plans here, and I'll explain that in the next segment. Do a little walk and talk. I'm currently in Pigeon Forge, working my way down to Franklin, North Carolina. I'll be there tomorrow. All right, I'll see you in the next segment. Look at that. Not the observation wheel, the mountains. Those are the Smoky Mountains. I'll be walking on the very top ridge of those, hopefully in about 2 weeks. A lot of traffic here. So anyway, just want to keep you up to date what's going on. As far as the back, on my last day of trail, it went out. Then the next day, I think I explained this in the previous video, went out fully. And then 5 days after that, it went out again. And then 2 days after that, it went out again. But both recoveries were pretty fast. I don't know what's going on. That's the first time that's ever happened more than once, let alone 3 times. And I can feel a little twinge back there today, but either way, I am determined to keep pushing on. So, but the plan was today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. I'm driving to Franklin, which is still gonna happen. Franklin, North Carolina, get my hotel. Except for Saturday, it was supposed to be my first day back on trail, but it's supposed to rain, and the low that night is 34 up on the mountain, so I did not bring my cold weather gear. I do have a puffy jacket, but it's still gonna be cold. And then what I did was I arranged my shuttle for the next day, Sunday, so it's just a day delay and another night in a hotel. So I got 2 nights instead of 1 at the Sapphire Inn. So hopefully things go okay. It's still gonna be cold, was it Sunday night? I think about 36, but I'll survive. But hiking in the rain, cold rain, with cold temperatures at night, no thanks. But I'm not complaining because this will kill off the bugs. I literally thought that it'd be in the 80s coming down here, but somehow they got like a little cold snap at night, and we'll see how it goes. So anyway, so I'm gonna put this video out tomorrow, which I said I was gonna do. I believe I said May 1st. And then I'm gonna do one more video. I'll release it in 2 days that you're seeing this. And that will be the day before I go on trail. I'll release it the day I'm actually on trail. And so instead of doing the 12-day delay, I think what I'm gonna do is just try to release them when I get good Wi-Fi. So they'll be sporadic, but I think I can get the first video on trail, because I'll be going on 3 days, so the 4th day, I think May 6th will be video number 1 back on trail. So anyway, I decided to walk down here. I just noticed with the sun setting behind me that it was a good backdrop there with the mountains, nice view. The Hulk Hogan store. There's some mini golf. Anyway, I think that's about it. If there's anything else I forgot, I'll include it in the video in 2 days. We'll see you then. Bye.